Tisíce a tisíce otázek a doposud žádné odpovědi. Ale konečně po více než 2 letech padl rozsudek. Brian Kohlberger stanul před soudem a vyslechl si rozsudek, z kterého mrazí. On sice mlčel, nepromluvil ani slovo, ale emoce v soudní síni promluvily za něj.
Quick message from our youngest daughter. Aubrey wanted to say, you may have received A's in high school and college, but you're going to be getting big D's in prison.
Thank you.
Moc vás vítám u dnešního videa a v dnešním videu se podíváme opět na případ 4 studentů z Idaho, ale nebude to ani tak o nějakých nových skutečnostech. Pár hodin zpátky byl vynesen oficiální rozsudek pro Briana. Mimochodem rozsudek padl asi 2-3 hodiny zpátky. Je 23. července roku 2025. Je skoro 10 večer. A já pro vás točím tohle video, který vydávám zítra. Ne, asi nepůjdu spát, abych vám to sestříhala. Nebudem to tady dál protahovat a vrhneme se na to, co se dneska dělo v soudní síni. V dnešním videu ani nejde tolik o Briana, nebo alespoň chci to podat tak, aby nešlo o Briana, protože tímto jeho příběh končí. Brian tedy oficiálně dostal 4 doživotní tresty bez možnosti podmínečného propuštění. Mimo jiné také dalších 10 let za vloupání. Také musí zaplatit $270 000, což je nějakých 5 600 000 zhruba našich rodinám obětí. Brian se vzdal práva na odvolání díky tomu, že přistoupil na vinu o dohodě a trestu, takže se nebude moct nikdy na tento případ odvolat, takže je jasné, že celý svůj život stráví ve vězení. Prohlášení soudce Hiplera, respektive on sám, Briana označil za bezvýznamného zbabělce. U soudu také nebyl předložen žádný specifický důkaz o tom, že by si Brian tento dům vybral cíleně a nebo že by došlo k nějakému setkání s oběťmi někdy už dříve. Byly ale využity klíčové důkazy, jako bylo například DNA na pouzdře, které vlastně bylo zanecháno pod tělem Maddie, dále také různé mobilní data a nahrávky z videokamer po městě. Mimo jiné také nákupy toho kejbaru z Amazonu, kdy si Brian myslel, že to není dohledatelné, protože použil dárkový poukaz. Také jeho auto mělo být údajně velmi dobře vyčištěné, aby zakrylo veškeré stopy. Přesto ale dodnes nebyla nalezena tato zbraň, kterou Brian celý tento čin spáchal. Co je ale pro nás srdcervoucí, respektive i novou skutečností, je, že poprvé promluvila Dylan, respektive přeživší, která Briana tu noc v domě viděla. Tohle je vlastně důvod, proč momentálně teďka točím tohle video, protože je to opravdu srdcervoucí a myslím si, že nikdo z nás si neumí představit, čím si tyto dívky prošly. Teď vám tady pustím záznam Dylan.
Thank you, Your Honor. What happened that night changed everything. Because of him, 4 beautiful, genuine, compassionate people were taken from this world for no reason. He didn't just take their lives. He took the light that carried it into every room. He took away how they made everyone feel safe, loved, and full of joy. He took away the ability for me to tell him that I love him and then I'm so proud of them. He took away who they were becoming and the futures they were going to have. He took away birthdays, graduations, celebrations, and all the memories that we were supposed to make. All of it is gone. And all the people who loved them are just left to carry that weight forever. He didn't just take them from the world, he took them from me, my friends, my people who felt like my home, the people I looked up to and adored more than anyone. He took away my ability to trust the world around me. What he did shattered me in places I didn't know could break. I was barely 19 when he did this. We had just celebrated my birthday at the end of September. I should have been figuring out who I was. I should have been having the college experience and starting to establish my future. Instead, I was forced to learn how to survive the unimaginable. I couldn't be alone. I had to sleep in my mom's bed because I was too terrified to close my eyes. Terrified that if I blinked, someone might be there. I made escape plans everywhere I went. If something happens, how do I get out? What can I use to defend myself? Who can help? And then there are the panic attacks. The kind that slam into me like a tsunami out of nowhere. I can't breathe. I can't think. I can't stop shaking. All I can do is scream because the emotional pain and the grief is too much to handle. My chest feels like it's caving in. Sometimes I drop to the floor with my heart racing, convinced something is very wrong. It's far beyond anxiety. It's my body reliving everything over and over again. My nervous system never got the message that it is over, and it won't let me forget what he did to them. People call me strong. They say I'm a survivor, but they don't see what my new reality looks like. They don't see the panic attacks, the hypervigilance, the exhaustion, the way I scan every room I enter, the way I flinch at sudden sounds. They don't know how heavy it is to carry so much pain and still be expected to keep going, and that's because of him. He stole parts of me I may never get back. He took the version of me who didn't constantly ask, what if it happens again? What if next time I don't survive? He may have shattered parts of me, but I'm still putting myself back together. Piece by piece, I'm learning how to live in this new version of life. It is not easy. It hurts, but I'm still trying. Still trying, and I'm not trying just for me. I'm trying for them, my friends. About a year ago, I had a dream about them. I got to say goodbye. I told them I won't be able to see you again, so I need to tell you goodbye. They all kept asking why, and all I could say was, I can't tell you, but I have to. When I woke up, I felt shattered and heartbroken, but also strangely grateful. Like maybe in some way that dream gave us the goodbye we never got. Still, no dream can replace them, and no goodbye will ever feel finished. He is a hollow vessel, something less than human. A body without empathy, without remorse. He chose destruction. He chose evil. He feels nothing. He tried to take everything from me. My friends, my safety, my identity, my future. He took their lives, but I will continue trying to be like them to make them proud. Living is how I honor them. Speaking today is to help me find some sort of justice for them. And I will never let him take that from me. He may have taken so much from me, but he will never get to take my voice. He will never take the memories I had with them. He will never erase the love we shared, the laughs we had, or the way they made me feel seen and whole. Those things are mine. They are sacred, and he will never touch them. I get to feel sadness. I get to feel rage. I get to feel joy even when it's hard. I get to feel love even when it hurts. I get to live. And while I will still live with this pain, at least I get to live my life. He will stay here, empty, forgotten, and powerless.
Bethany se k tomuto soudu nedostavila a myslím si, že to je velmi pochopitelné, ale mluvila tam za ní její kamarádka Emily, což je mimo jiné jedna z dívek, která byla na domu na King Road jako jedna z prvních, když se volalo 911. Samozřejmě vám také pustím, co napsala k tomuto soudu Bethany, také je to opravdu srdcervoucí. Myslím si, že nikdo z nás si neumí představit, čím vším si tyto dívky musely projít a jak hluboce jim toto změnilo život.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be speaking on behalf of Bethany, and so, yeah, here it reads. My name is Bethany Funk, and I was roommates with Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan. I not only lost some of my best friends, but I also lost a sister. Never in a million years would I have thought that something like this would have happened to my closest friends. I thought that we were going to wake up and go upstairs, see them and tell them how they had scared us, and that they were going to tease us about how we were constantly scaredy cats. And make jokes about it as we would go to Taco Bell like always. But sadly, that is not what happened and what turned out to be my worst nightmare. When I first woke up that morning, I had no idea what happened. I woke up around 7 with a terrible toothache, so I called my dad, who is a dentist, and he asked what I should do. He told me to take Advil, so I did, and I went back to sleep. I was still out of it and still didn't know what happened. If I had known, I of course would have called 911 right away. I still carry so much regret and guilt for not knowing what had happened and not calling right away, even though I understand it wouldn't have changed anything, not even if the paramedics had been right outside the door. I was so frantic that morning and scared to death, not knowing what had happened. And when I made the 911 call, I couldn't even get out the words. And from then on, I don't remember a thing. It was like my brain wiped that whole memory. That was the worst day of my life. And I know it always will be. While I was still in shock, trying to process the fact that my friends were truly gone, I had been attacked by the public. I was grieving, numb, and unsure of what had happened was even real. And at the same time, I was getting flooded with death threats and hateful messages from people who did not know me at all or know the dynamic of our friendship. Social media made it so much worse, and strangers made up stories to entertain themselves. The media harassed not just me, but also my family. People showed up at our house. They called my phone, my parents' phones, other family members' phones, and we were chased while I was still trying to survive emotionally and grieve the loss of my friends. I hated and still hate that they are gone, but for some reason, I am still here and I got to live. I still think about this every day. Why me? Why did I get to live and not them? For the longest time, I could not even look at their families without feeling sick with guilt. I did not know what to say or what to do. I was terrified that my presence just made their pain worse. And I was still here when their kid, their siblings and their friends, their loved ones should have been here instead. After everything happened, I was afraid to go into my own backyard or alone in my house. I was scared that the person who did this would come for me next. I was always scared that the media would try to catch me at any moment of any day, even when I was just walking around my house. I made my parents close all the blinds during the day so no one could see me even in the slightest chance. I barely left the house, and when I did, I made sure I was never alone. I slept in my parents' room for almost a year. I made them double lock every door, set an alarm, and still check everywhere in the room just in case someone was hiding. And I still check my room every night before, and I double lock it. I have not slept through a single night since this happened. I constantly wake up in panics, terrified. Someone is breaking in, or someone is here to hurt me, or I'm about to lose someone else that I love. The fear never really leaves. For a long time, I could barely get out of bed, but one day I realized I have to live for them. They did not get the chance to keep living, but I do, and I will not take that for granted. So now every day I remind myself to live for them, and everything I do it with them in mind. I am still scared to go out in public, but I force myself to do things because I know that they would want me to keep living my life to the fullest. I am beyond blessed to still be here, and I refuse to take that for granted when they did not get a chance. Our house was not just a house, it was a home. It was where we laughed till we couldn't breathe, make meals, did crafts, binge watch reality shows, played games, and spent lazy days on the couch. It was movie nights, wine nights, morning debriefs, pranks, hot chocolate, cookies, and warmth. I will cherish those memories forever, and I will not let what happened erase how special our home was or how much those memories meant to me.
Musím říct, že dívky si zaslouží obrovskou omluvu, protože spousta lidem pořád a stále nedochází, že tyto dívky ztratily svůj život ten večer také. Ale nikdo si toho nevšiml. Dále tam promluvil také otec Kaylee a mimo jiné také sestra Kaylee.
Hello, I'd like to start by thanking the court for allowing me the time and opportunity to speak today. My name is Olivia, and I'm the big sister of Kaylee Gonzalez, and I was blessed to love Madison Mogan as a sister too. I'm not here today to speak in grief, I'm here to speak in truth. Because the truth is, my sister Kaylee and her best friend Maddie were not yours to take. They were not yours to study, to stalk, or to silence. They were two pieces of a whole, the perfect yin and yang. They are everything that you could never be. Loved, accepted, vibrant, accomplished, brave, and powerful. Because the truth about Kaylee and Maddie is they would have been kind to you. If you had approached them in their everyday lives, they would have given you directions, thanked you for the compliment, or awkwardly giggled to make your own words less uncomfortable for you. In a world that rejected you, they would have shown mercy. Because the truth is, I'm angry. Every day I'm angry. I'm left shouting at the inside of my own head everything I wish I could say to you. The truth about me is when I heard the news, I didn't cry. I listened for them. I promised them I would. That I would fight for them. That I would show up no matter what it cost me. I swore I'd never let them feel alone. Because you see, I've always been their heavyweight. I've always been the one to fight the battles they didn't feel ready to fight themselves. All it ever took was a call, and they knew I would handle it for them, no matter the time, no matter the cost. They could wave their white flag because they knew I would never back down, not for them, and not even death could change that. Somewhere along the line, I started to think about what I would say to them if I was given just one last chance. If I could gather enough heartbreak or love or sacrifice or whatever it took to get just one message across, what would I say? Throughout this entire process, I've written my feelings down at every moment. My wishes, my love, my denial, my anger. And as one final act of love, I'd planned to read these thoughts, even jarring and discombobulating and not even making sense. Because for me, that was true love. As bare and as naked as it could be, not laced in pretty words or dressed for the occasion, but written through bleary eyes at 2 a.m. with clenched fists, angry at this reality. My true final act of love was to continue on without them, for them. That dream to read aloud my love to them, to bring meaning through pain, was the latest blow in realizing you don't deserve it. And Kaylee and Maddie don't need it. Kaylee and Maddie have always known my love, and they would never ask me to prove it by further victimizing myself to a defendant who has shown no guilt, no remorse, no apprehension. They would say to me, "Why would you give the satisfaction of showing vulnerability now? You promised you would never back down." And for that clarity, I'm thankful. I won't stand here and give you what you want. I won't offer you tears. I won't offer you trembling. Disappointments like you thrive on pain, on fear, and on the illusion of power. And I won't feed your beast. Instead, I will call you what you are. Sociopath, psychopath, murderer. I will ask the questions that reverberate violently in my own head, so loudly that I can't think straight most any day. Some of these might be familiar, so sit up straight when I talk to you. How was your life right before you murdered my sisters? Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your apartment? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this time. Why did you choose my sisters? Before making your move, did you approach my sisters? Detail what you were thinking and feeling. Before leaving their home, is there anything else you did? How does it feel to know the only thing you failed more miserably at than being a murderer is trying to be a rapper? Did you recently start shaving or manually pulling out your eyebrows? Why November 13th? Did you truly think your Amazon purchase was untraceable because you used a gift card? Where is the murder weapon? The clothes you wore that night? What did you bring into the house with you? What was the second weapon you used on Kaylee? What were Kaylee's last words?
Myslím si, že asi všichni momentálně dokážeme pochopit, co rodina Kaylee celou dobu prožívala a prožívá, protože přece jen oni nejvíce spolupracovali s policií, oni sami si najali soukromého detektiva, aby pomohli tento případ vyřešit. Jak si můžete sami všimnout, tak Brianovy reakce prakticky neexistují. Vlastně celou dobu jen sedí a kouká. Neudělá žádný výraz a ani nepromluví. Momentálně byl tedy Brian přesunut na 14 dní do diagnostického ústavu, kde bude posuzován jeho psychologický profil a následně bude převezen do věznice s maximální ostrahou. Pro nás to ale znamená docela také, nechci říct radostnou zprávu, ale série o 4 studentech z Idaho bude pokračovat, protože se sami vyjádřili, že postupně budou odtajňovat soudní dokumenty. Novináři budou mít sami přístup se podívat do dokumentace, takže se veškerá pravda, kterou vyšetřovatelé zjistili, bude postupně odhalovat a já vás o tom samozřejmě budu informovat také. Musím vám říct, že jeden z dokumentů, který má skoro 400 stránek, byl vydán dneska asi ve 3 hodiny ráno. A já vám sem z toho musím přidat nějaké detaily, protože mi to přijde opravdu zajímavé. A to je taky důvod, proč mě nevidíte, ale jenom slyšíte. Jeden z policistů, který přišel mezi prvními do domu King Road, řekl, že se podíval do ložnice Zény a že bylo okamžitě jasné, že mezi Zénou a pachatelem, respektive Brianem, došlo k velmi intenzivnímu boji. Takzvaně červená tekutina byla rozmístěna a rozmazána na různých věcech v místnostech a také po celé podlaze a stěnách. Sám citoval, že na Zénině ruce viděl velmi vážná obranná zranění, ale my už dávno víme, že když našli tělo Zeny, tak její prsty téměř už nepatřily k tělu. Dále také odhalili, že Kaylee a Maddie byly tedy nalezeny v pokoji Maddie, jak už dlouho víme, pod růžovou přikrývkou, která byla ale celá od červené tekutiny. Také bylo odhaleno, že Zéně bylo ublíženo více než 50krát. Dále také objevili, že všichni oběti, kromě Kaylee, utrpěli pouze ostré zranění. Kaylee si totiž ještě bohužel prošla takzvaně tupým zraněním, ale mimo jiné si prošla i ostrým zraněním. A to bylo, jak právě její sestra se ptala, jakou další zbraň použil na její sestru. Také odhalili, že týden předtím, než došlo k tomuto činu, tak Kaylee šla ven se svým psem a svěřila se dívkám, že má pocit, že ji někdo pronásleduje a vidí stíny v noci. V tomto videu jste viděli více záznamů ze soudní síně než mě a to z toho důvodu, že mi přišlo správné toto video věnovat obětím, zvlášť když dneska padl rozsudek. Napište mi dolů do komentářů, jestli jste s rozsudkem spokojeni a také srdíčko, pokud jste video dokoukali až sem. A já se na vás zase budu moc těšit u dalšího videa.